Your mind, it never stops, does it? One thought spirals into 10. A conversation replays. A decision is questioned. What if? Why did I? Did I mess up? You lie awake, not in your bed, but in your mind. Overthinking is not just noise. It's a form of quiet suffering. It wears a mask of logic but is fueled by fear. And in the silence of your own head, it becomes deafening. But Buddhism offers a path, not to silence the mind by force, but to understand it, to watch it, and slowly to untangle from it. The Buddha didn't ask us to escape our minds. He taught us to befriend them, to see thoughts not as commands, but as clouds passing across the sky. In this guide, we'll explore 10 Buddhist teachings, each a gentle lantern, to help you step out of the fog of overthinking and return to peace. You don't need to force clarity. You only need to see clearly. So take a breath. Sit with me. Let's begin. Sao. Observe the mind like a river. The mind is everything, what you think you become. The Buddha. But the Buddha never said, cling to every thought. He never taught us to drown in the very river we are meant to watch. Instead, he pointed to the stillness beyond the stream, the silence behind the noise. Imagine this. You sit beside a slow-moving river. The world is quiet. No one else is around. One by one, your thoughts come drifting down the current. Worries about tomorrow, regrets from yesterday, fantasies, fears, to-do lists, all floating like autumn leaves. Some thoughts you want to grab. Some disturb the water as they pass. But here's the lesson. You are not the leaves. You are not the water. You are the one sitting on the riverbank, watching. This is Vipassana insight. This is the essence of Buddhist mindfulness. You begin to see clearly, not through force, but through presence. You stop identifying with every flicker of the mind. You stop reacting. You start observing. The mind is not the enemy, but left unchecked, it becomes a storm. When you treat every thought as truth, you become tangled in illusion. You overthink, analyze, exhaust yourself, trying to fix what only needs to be seen. Let go of that need. You don't need to name every leaf. You don't need to change the river. Let it flow. Let it go. Return to the seat of awareness. There you find the calm you've been searching for, not by stopping the current, but by no longer jumping in. The Buddha did not conquer the mind through control, but through clarity, by sitting, by seeing. You are not the thinker. You are the one who sees the thinking. And in that knowing, you are free. Don't feed the fire. Attachment is the root of suffering. The Buddha. Overthinking is not simply a mind that won't rest. It's a mind desperately clinging to control, to clarity, to certainty. It's like sitting before a fire that has already singed your hands and choosing to throw in more wood. Thoughts arise, memories flare. What ifs, should haves. What did they mean by that? What will happen next? Each one a stick tossed into the blaze, and soon the warmth becomes a wildfire. Not because you wanted it, but because you fed it. So the question is, what are you feeding your mind today? Fear, regret, the craving for answers you can't yet have. The Buddha said that attachment, not thought itself, is the seed of suffering. And every time you latch onto a thought, nurse it, fight it, or try to control its outcome, you're not observing the mind, you're inhabiting it. You've become lost inside the fire, but you are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them. So let's ask something deeper. If I don't need to hold every thought, can I just let this one pass? If I weren't trying to solve or fix this right now, what would remain? Silence, space, stillness. Overthinking ends where surrender begins. It's not weakness to let go of control. It's wisdom. Just as the Buddha taught, a fire with no fuel dies on its own. So next time your mind begins to race, don't try to stop it. Don't try to fight it. Just stop feeding it. Breathe. Watch. Let the flames flicker out. Because in the ashes of those thoughts, you'll find something rare. A mind that is clear, a heart that is calm, and a self that is finally blissfully free. Create space between you and the thought. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness observing them. Buddhist wisdom. Have you ever watched a storm from behind a window? The lightning strikes, the thunder rolls, but you are not in the storm. You are watching it. That's how the Buddha taught us to relate to our mind. The mistake we often make is this. We become every thought that arises. A worry appears, and suddenly we are anxious. A memory surfaces, and suddenly we are guilty. A comment echoes, and suddenly we are hurt. But what if you didn't react immediately? What if just for a moment you paused, and instead of becoming the thought, you just noticed it? This is what mindfulness truly means. It is not the absence of thought. It is the spaciousness to see clearly what is arising, without merging with it. The Buddha called this awareness satipatthana, the foundation of mindfulness. It is the skill of witnessing thoughts like clouds drifting across the sky, not storms that must be chased. So the question becomes, can you create space before the reaction? Can you notice the thought arise, greet it gently, and let it pass without judgment? Say to yourself, this is just a thought, it's not who I am, it's not a prophecy, it's not permanent. That pause, that breath, that space is your liberation. Because in that sacred stillness between the thought and the reaction, you find your freedom. Overthinking thrives in urgency, but peace lives in presence. The next time your mind spins a story, don't rush to correct it. Don't chase the answer. Don't follow it down the rabbit hole. Instead, step back, observe, breathe, and let the thought move past like a bird across the sky. You are the sky, not the bird, not the cloud, not the passing storm. And once you see that, overthinking begins to lose its power. Return to the breath, your anchor in the storm. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Thich Nhat Hanh. When the mind is noisy, when thoughts are spinning in every direction, there is one sacred thread that never leaves you. The breath. The breath is not just air. It is presence. It is life moving through you, moment by moment. In Buddhist meditation, the breath is the anchor. The Buddha taught that to return to the breath is to return home. Overthinking is often the mind escaping the now. It leaps into tomorrow. It replays yesterday. It imagines 1,000 what-ifs that never come true, and yet the breath is always here. What if, instead of chasing your thoughts, you came back to the simple miracle of breathing? Try it now. One slow inhale. Feel your chest rise. One soft exhale. Feel your body relax. Did you notice how, for just a moment, the noise faded? You weren't solving or analyzing. You were just being. The breath doesn't need to be fixed. It doesn't judge you. It simply reminds you, this moment is enough. You are enough. Each time you breathe mindfully, you reclaim the present from the mind's chaos. Each breath is a reset, a return, a refuge. So next time your thoughts feel overwhelming, don't try to outthink them. Don't fight them. Breathe and ask yourself, am I in danger right now, or is my mind telling a story? Let the breath answer, Let it soothe. Let it bring you back. Because no storm, no matter how wild, can uproot the one who is anchored. Question the story. Don't believe every thought. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The Buddha. Not every thought is truth. Not every thought is you. And yet, how often do we believe the voice in our head without question? The Buddha taught that the mind is like a monkey, restless, jumping, grasping, never still. Left. Unchecked, it creates entire worlds of suffering, based on illusions, assumptions, fears. You think, they don't like me. I'll never succeed. I should be better by now. But ask yourself, who said this? Where did this belief come from? Is it even real? Overthinking thrives on stories, but Buddhist practice invites you to ask, what is this thought trying to protect me from? And is it helping me grow or holding me back? Don't fight your thoughts. Don't push them away. Simply investigate them. When a painful story arises, gently ask, is this true? Or is this a shadow from the past trying to shape my future? When you bring awareness to your inner dialogue, you begin to loosen its grip. You see thoughts not as commands but as passing clouds, and you, the vast sky, remain untouched. This is not denial. This is clarity. You can observe a negative thought and not become it. You can listen without obeying. You can question the story and in doing so free yourself from its weight. So the next time your mind spins a tale of fear or judgment, pause, breathe, and remember the Buddha's teaching. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that sees them. What false story have you been carrying too long? And are you ready, right now, to let it go? 6. Detach from the need to control. You only lose what you cling to. The Buddha. What if the root of your overthinking was not your thoughts, but your need for everything to go your way? We overanalyze because we fear outcomes. We rehearse conversations, calculate responses, play out 1,000 what-ifs, not because we're weak, but because we're trying to stay safe. But here is the truth that Buddhism whispers, gently yet firmly, you are not in control, and you never were. The more you cling to control, the more the mind spirals, trying to fix the unfixable, grasp the impermanent, predict the unpredictable. The Buddha taught the power of non-attachment. Not to life, not to love, not to effort, but to outcomes. Do your best, yes, but let go of needing things to unfold a certain way. Let go of needing to be right, perfect, understood, or safe. Ask yourself, can I trust this moment without needing to manage it? Can I release the grip and still remain grounded? This doesn't mean giving up, it means giving in to the flow of reality, to the wisdom that not everything is yours to hold. Imagine holding sand in your palm. Clench your fist and it slips away. Hold it gently and it stays. So it is with peace. When we detach from control, we discover something surprising. Clarity, calm, a quiet strength that doesn't depend on circumstances. You stop trying to predict the storm and, instead, you become the stillness inside it. Where are you forcing life to fit your expectations? And what might happen if you just let it unfold? Return to the breath again and again. When the mind is still, the universe surrenders. Zen proverb. When the mind races, it's not in the present, it's chasing ghosts of the past and shadows of the future. It drifts into stories, loops, and doubts, pulling you away from now. But the breath? The breath is always here, always honest, always yours. In Buddhism, the breath is more than air. It is an anchor, a teacher, a home. The Buddha taught anapanasati, the mindfulness of breathing. It sounds simple, but it's powerful enough to still the storms of the restless mind. Inhale, feel it rise. Exhale, feel it fall. One breath, one moment, one sacred return to presence. You don't need to fix your thoughts. You don't need to fight them. You just need to notice your breath. Try this. When your thoughts spiral, don't dive into the current. Close your eyes. Place a hand on your belly. Feel the rise and fall. Count if it helps. 1, 2, 3, until the thoughts become background noise and your breath becomes the only truth. Ask yourself, what am I running from when I leave this moment? And what might I find if I stay? The breath asks for nothing. It only invites you back again and again. Each inhale, a chance to begin. Each exhale, a chance to let go. Overthinking cannot survive in a mind that remembers to breathe. So right now, pause. Breathe. You've already returned. Let go of the what-ifs. Let go of what was. Let go of what will be. Look deeply at what. Fears T. Wax Buddha. The mind loves to ask questions the heart cannot answer. What if I fail? What if they leave? What if things go wrong? But here's the truth no one tells you. What if is a trap, a maze with no exit, a storm that never arrives, yet always darkens your sky. Overthinking thrives in the land of imagined futures. Buddhism reminds us, again and again, the future doesn't exist. It is thought, projection, a castle made of mist, and so we suffer, not because of what is, but because of what might be. But here's a deeper truth. Peace isn't found in controlling outcomes. It's found in surrendering the illusion that you ever could. The Buddha taught us about dukkha, the suffering, that arises when we cling to permanence in an impermanent world, when we try to predict, control, and guarantee things that were never meant to be held. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? And has worrying ever protected me from it? The answer is almost always no. Worrying is a rehearsal for pain that may never come, and in the process you sacrifice the joy that's here, right now. So let go of the what-ifs. Let them pass like clouds across the sky. They are not facts. They are wind. Instead, turn your awareness to this moment, your breath, your heartbeat, the gentle hum of life around you. This is real. This is all you ever need to be with. The future will come when it's ready. And you, steady, aware, grounded, will meet it with grace. Not because you planned it, but because you practiced presence. So next time your mind says, what if? Smile and reply, even that I will meet when it comes. That. Be where your feet are. Do. Not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Buddha, overthinking is a thief. It doesn't steal time, it steals your presence. You could be standing in the sun, but the mind has you trapped in yesterday's shadow or tomorrow's fog. Buddhist practice brings us back to a simple truth. You are only ever here now. The past is memory, the future is imagination. But your breath, your feet on the ground, that's reality. That's where peace lives. So next time your mind spins stories, what if they judge me? What if I said the wrong thing? What if I never figure this out? Pause and ask yourself, where are my feet right now? Are you safe? Breathing? Can you feel the air on your skin? That's your anchor. In Zen teachings, even sweeping the floor or sipping tea is a meditation, not because the task is profound, but because being fully present is. When your mind wanders into storms of thought, gently bring it back to your footsteps, to the rise and fall of your breath, to the sound of wind, birds or silence. Each moment you come back, you're reclaiming your life from the grip of your thinking, and slowly, without force, you begin to realize something beautiful. The answers you seek don't live in the future, they live in your presence. So ask yourself now, am I living in my head or in my life? Come back. Be here, be where your feet are. 10. Let go or be dragged. Attachment is the root of suffering. Buddha. Overthinking clings. It clings to words said in haste, to choices not made, to people who've long since moved on, and it loops again and again, asking, Why? What if? If only. But what if the problem isn't the thought itself, that what if it's the grip? Buddhism teaches that suffering doesn't come from pain, it comes from holding on, like gripping a burning rope. The tighter you hold, the more it burns. But the moment you release, freedom begins. Ask yourself, what am I still dragging behind me? What stories am I replaying that keep me in a prison of my own making? You don't need to fix every thought. You don't need to rewrite every memory. You just need to stop holding on. Letting go doesn't mean you forget. It means you refuse to be bound. You give yourself permission to move forward, to breathe. Again, to feel peace instead of pressure, to finally rest your mind, like a weary traveler dropping their heavy pack. So now, ask yourself honestly, what thoughts are you ready to release? What pain are you ready to stop carrying? You've held it long enough, it's time, let go or be dragged. The storm in your mind may not vanish overnight, but with every breath, every practice, you take one step closer to peace. Buddha never promised that thoughts would stop. He taught us how to stop being ruled by them. You are not your thoughts. You are not your worries. You are not the fear that whispers at midnight. You are the stillness beneath the waves, the sky behind the clouds, the witness, not the noise. So the next time your mind races, pause, notice, breathe. Ask yourself gently, is this thought helping me or holding me? Am I choosing this or is it choosing me? And remember, freedom isn't found in controlling every thought. It's found in letting go of the need to. Overthinking is a habit, but so is awareness. So is presence. So is peace. Walk slowly. Be kind to your mind, and when the thoughts come, smile. You now know how to watch them drift away.